Morning, welcome to my Tireside chat. I'm still kind of out of it. Hardly in the mood to make a video this morning, but I figured it was appropriate. We had a very long weekend, a very eventful weekend, and I was a bit burnt out by about noon yesterday. I was pretty much done. A lot happened. As I think I talked about. When did I make my last video? I think it was Friday. It's Monday, June 19th, by the way. Juneteenth. I was talking about Saturday having a yard sale, which we did, and it was fairly successful. Got rid of a bunch of stuff, made some money. At the same time, I got out there. I started moving stuff out on the lawn like 6 a.m. or so. Actually had this canopy that Tim and I bought when we went to Pismo. God, what was that, 4 years ago? Tim, do you watch these videos? Put a thumbs up and write a comment in the comment section below if you remember going to Pismo when we decided to camp on the campgrounds there, and it was like 95 degrees, and our camp spot was like right in the middle of the sun with no shade. So we were highly motivated. We went to the Walmart and spent like $200 on a nice canopy. And we used it that weekend, and then put it back in the packaging, and then I brought it home, and there it sat until just this weekend. I don't think I've used it once since then, but it was really nice to have when you're having a yard sale. We had the yard sale. And also, Tim, you might remember my old 12 string that I used to take to Pismo all the time. That had just been sitting in my closet for a few years. I had loosened the strings up as it was starting to warp the bridge. I'm gonna get in this lane. Yeah, it was starting to warp a little bit. I mean, it's still playable, but I was like, I never touched it anymore. And the 12 string, it was a cool idea for playing Goodbye Blue Sky and Have a Cigar. A few Pink Floyd songs were really cool on the 12 string, and a few other things, but it's really difficult to play. I even put really nice strings on it. Anyhow, I sold that I wound up selling it for $50. I had a bunch of people. At first, I was asking $150, which I got to remind myself. And I knew this too. I'm like, you can't ask that kind of money for things at yard sales. People just, it doesn't matter if it's worth $300. People won't pay for anything unless it's a fantastic deal. They won't pay for anything over $100 at a yard sale. I mean, unless maybe it's like a couch or. In my case, I bought a generator that was brand new. That was like a $900 generator. And I think I paid $125 for that. But yeah, people see anything at a yard sale that they're like, oh well, it's worth $300 when I'm selling it here for. Oh shit! I should have turned there. See what happens when I'm talking. I'm not awake yet today. Anyway, so I sold that 12-string guitar. Some guy for $50, and I was trying to sell a couple other things, but we did all right. Yard sale was good, but we about 11 o'clock. Yes, it was warm here on Saturday. It hit like 97, and so we packed everything up, and then I was supposed to go to my buddy Sam, who I worked with at Sebastian, was having a going away kind of party thing at me and Ed's, and from like 1 to 4, and then we also had the pool party thing to go to on Saturday night. after the yard sale and everything, yeah, we were pretty beat, and like we ate some lunch and then needed to like just chill out at home for a little bit. So we did that, and I had seen Sam recently anyways, and so I don't think it was. I texted him and told him I was gonna make it, and I think he was cool with that. But yeah, he got a job in College Station, Texas. Did I talk about this already? I think I did. Anyways, he bought an RV and he's moving out there, and him and his wife are gonna live in this RV that they remodeled, which I saw when they were remodeling. It was pretty nice. I mean, it was an old, like, 1990-ish, that circa. Yeah, then we went to the pool jam session party Saturday night. That was fun. I just uploaded a quick, like, 13-second video that somebody took of us playing, and yeah, just me and Danielle and Dean. Kyrie had to work, and yeah, Dean was in the pool for like 4 hours straight, like I would be when I was his age. Is this light ever gonna turn green? I don't think so. See what happens. I'm not paying attention. So yeah, we stayed at that party till like we were gonna leave at like 8, and they started packing up. Man, Ben, you don't think he watches my videos, but man, he made some killer ribs, and he made ribs and chicken kebabs. They had pineapple on there. Oh man, it was so good. That was, and he had some fried rice. Hello? Red lights. Look, my eyes are all poofy. I'm getting to it. I know. I talk and talk, and eventually I'll get to the present moment. Yeah, we were gonna leave at like 8 o'clock. I told Danielle and Dean, I was like, all right, I'm gonna start packing up, because I took, my bass amp and my bass and microphones and a mic stand, a couple odds and ends, and so I started moving stuff out to the car. I had to move the car to the driveway, moving stuff out to the car, and then they'd come back in at one point, and they're like, a couple of people were like, Robin, jump on the bass. You know Radiohead, right? I'm like, yeah. But Anthony's kid wanted to sing Creep. I was like, okay, yeah, I can play that. And so I was like, yeah, sure, that sounds like fun. So then I jumped on the bass and play it. And then, one song, of course, turns into like 4 songs. And then I realized, and then, this other guy that was there, like, comes in. He's like, oh, somebody left your car open, and there's like an amp back there. I'm like, oh shoot, I was in the middle. Sorry, thank you. I was in the middle of loading the car up, and I left the trunk open. Thankfully, nobody came by and stole anything, and well, we had people going in and out of the house anyway, so and they were all friends. So. But then I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I was packing up to leave, and it's been like another 30 minutes. And so I finished packing up, and I told Danielle and Dean, who were like waiting out back. Dean was having a piece of pizza after swimming and working up an appetite for so long. Yeah, then we finally got home 9-ish, 9:30, and then went to bed. And yeah, apparently that party, some of our friends there, they were up until like 5 in the morning. Which, man, I'm glad I don't know how you do that anymore in your 40s. No offense, guys, but that just seems, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to function for like 3 days after that if I did that still. So then, yeah, Sunday morning, yesterday, I got up and had to start working on my solar panel setup, because my buddies Ben and Sang were coming over at 7 to help me work on that. So so I got up. I had to finish installing. I had one of the circuit box. What do you call it? Junction box. One of the wiring harness boxes that I still had to install. Out of 5 of them, there was 1 left. And so I got up early and like put the stuff up on the roof. Like, yeah, it was 6:30. I was up on the roof and starting to work on that. Ben and Sang showed up around 7. Worked until about 11 a.m. Got all the wiring. Most of the wiring pulled, all the part from the main part of the house. All the wiring where I had to crawl through the attic and pull wiring from one spot to another. Thankfully, it was yesterday it was hot on Saturday. It was 97. Yesterday, I think it only at the peak got up to like 93 or something. So when we were doing that in the morning, it wasn't that bad. I was actually in the attic for maybe 20 minutes or so. It wasn't too long, and it was crawling around through there. Then, actually, side note, since I was in there, I was just sitting there noticing with my flashlight and looking around the insulation, which again is like from the, I don't know if that's actually from like the 50s or 60s or if that was redone at some point. Hey buddy, sorry, you want to do 90? Trying to time travel here. Yeah, turn signal would be nice. I said a turn signal would be nice. Just weave out in front of you. But yeah, I'm thinking it might be worthwhile to look into, and I think PG&E probably has I think they've got like a rebate or some sort of program. Although I doubt I qualify, I make too much money, to get your insulation redone in the house. I had that done at the old house, but at the time I was able to claim, I was making a lot less money than I am now, and I was also able to claim that we had like 4 other people living in the house. Anyways, I think that might be super helpful if I got new insulation put into our attic. I don't know, I have no idea what that costs if you actually just pay to have it done, but it's probably not cheap. And I just spent $1,800 getting our air conditioner fixed up. Yes, you heard me right, $1,800. But it was the fan motor. It's just damn fan motors. We had to replace one at the old house. And apparently those fan motors, they're known to last between like 6 and 8 years. And I remember when we did that at the old house, I started looking into, because they told me like, well, the motor itself is like $1,200, and then there's the labor to install it, which that hasn't changed. And I remember looking up the motor, and then like looking at similar motors that weren't like AC fan motors. There were just generic fan motors for whatever online, and seeing that, oh yeah, you could get like other similar motors like cost like $200 or whatever, but because they're proprietary air conditioner motors and there's only a couple companies that make them, they gouge you on the price like mad, and so there's just no way around it. And even the guys that even the guy that I had installing it at the time from Lee's Air Conditioning, who we use, and honestly, they've been pretty great, and the guys that are installers they seem pretty honest and cool, and understanding. But yeah, I was saying like, yeah, that's just the way it is. No consumer protection there for capitalism. Yay. Get a monopoly and then gouge people for profits. Anyways, I won't go off on a political rant, but too tired for politics right now. So that, and then the Freon was apparently at like 10 or 20%, and so we, getting the Freon recharged and the fan motor replaced, everything, that was like $1,800. But the difference is noticeable. The AC unit hasn't had to work as hard. So anyhow, yesterday was Father's Day, so yeah, we worked I was up on the roof. I was already tired from the day before, and under normal circumstances would have just been taking it easy, but yeah, we solar panel setup finished, and so we worked. Was up on the roof for like 5 hours, and then kids came over and we went to lunch for Father's Day. That was nice. They got me cards. Dean and Kaya Ray made cards, and they were super cute. Kaya Ray's was like, she had made drawings all over the envelope, and on the back was our cat, and it was just meow 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 meow. It's super cute. And so it was nice. And Danielle got me some presents too. I wish I had it on me. I'd show you, but I've got. It was pretty cool. I guess she found it on Amazon, but it was. I don't know. She was just like searching for random Star Trek stuff or what. But there's Captain Picard's Make It soap. It was a little bar of soap, Earl Grey essenced. Earl Grey. See, I can't talk. And this really cool Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me movie poster, like the Japanese movie poster with all the characters on it. Dude, it's cool. I'm gonna get a frame for that and put it on the wall. I think above my desk at the house. It's awesome. And speaking of, Kyrie and I, my boss is here. We finished Twin Peaks season 2 a few weeks ago, and that's next on the chopping block is Twin Peaks Fire Walk With Me, the movie. We gotta watch that at some point. She's like, well, maybe we'll do that on vacation. So anyways, that leads us to, so yeah, I was exhausted yesterday. After lunch, we came back to the house and we were gonna watch that movie, and I said, man, I'm tired, man. We need a nap. And I fell asleep on the couch for, I don't know, an hour and a half. So I don't usually nap like that, but yeah, I was really tired. And then the kids went home while we were asleep, and we didn't even hear them leave. We just woke up and they were gone, and I messaged them and was like, hey, sorry we fell asleep, but we were really exhausted, and I'm not usually that tired, and then yeah, Danielle and I just hung around the house. The rest of the day, I played a lot of Diablo 4, which is fun and addicting, and unfortunately kind of never ending. I'm afraid I'm going to be putting dozens and dozens of hours into that game. I already have, which is not what I was hoping to sign up for, but yeah, I'm sitting at my computer for 3 hours at a time, maybe 2 at most, and then I know when it's time to stop. And Danielle starts looking at me. Yeah, so here I am at work. It's Monday. Yeah, I didn't sleep well last night because I think I was just kind of like tired and sore. Like I get not like sore so much, but like where I'm like worn out and my body's just yeah. So I had to take a Naproxen at like 1 a.m. to help me sleep, which I hate doing because then when I get up at like 5, I'm really groggy. Like my eyes are poofy. Like I'm having trouble keeping them open. But I get up and I have my tea, and I take my new some of the supplements I'm taking. The Basic Nutrients one that's got some methylated B vitamins in it, which are good because they don't like get me all twacked out, but they do help me like stay awake and alert, and with and some other stuff in there too. It's good stuff. All my supplements. So I'm here at work. I stopped and got a box of donuts for the office, because it's my Friday. It's Monday, but it's Friday for me because this is the one day I'm working this week, and then tomorrow the kids and I are getting on the plane, Alaska Airlines to Seattle. We bought first class tickets because it was like $30 more per person. I thought, that'd be fun. You know what? I'll pay that. And the kids they've never ridden first class before. I have once on this same flight, which is, it's like 2 hours. So you actually have a little time to enjoy first class. It'll be a cool experience. And then we're flying coach on the way back. But yeah, really looking forward to going up and hanging out in Washington, and bummed that Danielle can't go still. Like I said, I tried rescheduling the trip so that she could go, but she's just too busy with work. So yeah, it's a bummer. So I've got to plan another trip to the coast or something with just me and her in the next month or so, if we can afford it. That's the other thing. Going to Pismo these days. I mean, she said she looked at hotels. It's like over $400 a night right now, which is insane. You know, I thought when it was over 200 a night, we're like, oh, really? And then it was, I mean, over the years, just like the past 8 years or so, it's just the prices have just skyrocketed. I don't know, maybe that'll change if the economy just crashes here soon like it should. I mean, I'm not hoping for it, but the way things are going, I don't know how it's being propped up anymore. I mean, everyone's got loads of credit card debt. All right, that's it. I'm gonna get off my soapbox and stop flapping my gums and get off my high horse. So I'm gonna stop flapping my gums on my high horse, which is standing on top of a soapbox, and go inside and get some work done today while I can, and then yeah, maybe I'll do an update from Washington the next time you see me. Peace, love, dope.